Hey guys, this is OTS Gaming of Gamers Clutch here, and I want to go over briefly. I want to make this as simple as possible to hook up the PS3 to the Hauppauge. Now, this is the Hauppauge 1212. They have the newer version that's out, the 1415, I believe, 1417. In my opinion, there's no difference. The 1212 is a lot cheaper, and the only difference between the newer version of the Hauppauge, is that it comes with gaming cables. Big deal, and you're paying extra for it. You can. I bought this at the time for $200. I've seen it on Amazon and whatnot for like 160, 170. It's still expensive, but let me tell you, if you can see a lot of my recordings on the Gamers Clutch YouTube site, you'll see some nice quality recordings of the gaming videos that I do. So at any rate, here once again is the Hauppauge 1212 version. Don't pay any mind to this HDMI. That's a whole nother separate thing that I'm doing for live streaming. So at any rate, you see the cables back here. Yep, the hella cables. It's just component cables. One thing to note is that you cannot hook HDMI to the Hauppauge. So let's get that out of the way. I'm sure you know this. And you're watching this video for a quick tutorial. I'm gonna cut through all the BS and try to make it as simple as possible. I've seen quite a few videos for the PS3 which are kind of ass, sort of speaking. So let's do this. So you want to get the Sony version cable. You want to get the Sony component cables. That's all I'm going to say. Don't buy any aftermarket. I went to Walmart. I even went to Best Buy and got the aftermarket, which was like $5 cheaper than the actual Sony. This cost me about $27. Again, it's just the component cables that you see here by Sony, strictly by Sony. Why is that? Because the other ones, for some reason, do not work to hook up the Hauppauge to get any kind of visual on your TV. So just don't waste your money. Just go straight. Just spend the extra $7 for the Sony component hookup. Okay, it's worth it, and then it's worth not getting the headaches. Because let me tell you, I'm here with these cheap ass aftermarket component parts for the Sony PS3, and it's like, you want to shoot yourself, because it's like the quality of the picture wasn't coming out great, no matter which ones I tried. So just stay away from Rocketfish, Omni, those aftermarket brands again. So just get the Sony, once again, get the Sony brand of the component cables. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So again, you have the cables hooked up. So first thing you want to do, obviously, when you're in your PS3, your main menu, you're going to be hooked up to HDMI for those of you that are going through HDMI. For those of you that are not, you're halfway there. So I'm going to tell you, those that are in HDMI, you're going to have to go into your settings. So I'll do it right now. Excuse me. You're going to go into your system settings. Okay? So once you're in settings, go down to display. Let's go down to display. Alright, so you're in display. Obviously, click on that. First thing that pops up is the video output settings. Go into that. Select it. You see the options here. HDMI, component, composite, AV multiple, whatever. Click on component, D-terminal. That's the one you want. I have to say this again specifically. Use the Sony component attachment. Only from Sony. Can't stress it enough, because you're going to waste your time doing it. So once that's done, select it, and then choose 1080i, 720, and 480p. Don't bother 1080p because it's not going to work. That's all I'm going to say. Enough said. Let's move over, and basically the settings are saved. Okay, set your audio now. You see the audio? The audio is going to come out through the audio input connector. That's what you're going to need. Okay, so I'm gonna say that just pick this, unless you have an optical digital cable. Do it that way. But if you don't, you're gonna select the AV multi audio input connector. All right, so that's what you're selecting. So that's pretty much it. Easy. Okay, easy enough. That's how you set it up. Now, once you have that set up, now you're going to have to go and plug it into the Hauppauge. Excuse me, I'm having a brain fart here. Now you're going to connect. Once you have all that shit set up, okay, which takes but a few seconds. Maybe a minute, 2 minutes if you're not technically if you're technically inept, then yeah, it's gonna take you about an hour or so to figure that shit out. So at any rate, I'm trying to speed things up here to not make this video too long because it doesn't have to be. So once you're done hooking up your component cables to your PS3 to your TV, now you're gonna take out the component cables from the TV. All right, you're gonna remove them from the PS3 that's attached to the PS3, mind you. It's gonna go into the in portion of the Hauppauge. Okay, you can see that right there on the corner. Let me zoom in there. The in section of the Hauppauge, the lower section. Okay, right there. So you have your audios. Okay, as I'm looking at it, you have your audio, your red and your white on the left hand side, and then you're going to have your green, blue, and red. Okay, your YPBPR cables. Alright, that goes on the lower hand. Now the ones on the top is what's going to go onto your TV. Okay, so the top ones are going to be the out cables, the component cables going out into the TV. So again, in on the bottom, out on top, and then these cables are going to go all the way around into your TV on the component side, HD TV side, whatever it's labeled. And then you will get the live feed from the Hauppauge out to your TV. And once you have that set up, you can see here how here's a sample of what I'm showing you. That's it. Okay, now there is about a 2-second delay, 1-second delay between the TV and the program. Okay, so on the capture program, you're going to be a second delay. So I don't recommend you using that to play your games, or if you're a fighter, like you want to play Street Fighter versus Tekken, Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom, you don't want to use that. I mean, obviously that's dumb because it's a second delay. That's a second delay on your input. You're gonna kill yourself. Even any kind of game, really, I wouldn't use it. So just use what you have on your TV, because that's your, that's your real time, sort of speaking. All right. And again, once you push record, they have options here for PlayStation, Xbox, and the AV-CHD, which the AV-CHD, if you don't know, is for recording from your camcorders and whatnot. I have done it. That's how I do my live streams. So at any rate, hopefully that helped you. Real quick, the settings on the side of the program, no need to worry about that. I mean, just leave them as is, and there's no really need to change them unless you're doing, the audio. As you can see, the video input is going to be your component. The audio input is what's in the back, unless you're doing the digital cable. And then you can choose from 2 channels or 5.1 stereo, whichever you want to do. Format, device settings, it's up to you. You really don't have to mess with that. So at any rate, hopefully this helps you. This is OTS Gaming on Gamers Clutch. Look me up on PS3, OTS Gaming. If you're on Xbox 360, look me up at AYJE. Alright? Peace!